Welcome to Talkin Baloney.
Calvin Cocoa Pop.
This is Booty.
Oh, gosh.
What is going on?
No script allowed.
What are you, some kind of bot? Come on, people.
Oh, yeah. Pickle, you gotta give him a pickle, right?
I want to be a movie star.
Wow, that sounds so interesting.
Fresh and quick.
Oh, geez, pizza.
Part of the Baloney Nation.
Jim Deezy.
You guys still there? What an intro, man. What an intro.
Oh, you just got to sit there and listen.
Yeah.
You just got to take it all in.
Yeah. What's going on, big guy?
Oh, well, we are talking Michael J. Fox.
Let's do this, man. Let's get right into it.
Yeah. So this is a topic that we've talked about doing for a while. 'Cause
Right.
He's like an icon. You know?
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
You can't talk 80s and 90s movies without Michael J. Fox. So there's the graphic. That's what he looks like. So he got his start, of course, with Family Ties.
Yes. Probably one of the greatest shows in the 80s growing up.
Hang on. Technical difficulties.
No worries. I kind of looked like that when I was in school growing up. You know?
Like that?
Nope. I had more of a mullet than anything.
Would you say a mullet?
Was it
What?
kind of like the Billy Ray Cyrus haircut from the 90s, late 80s, early 90s?
Okay.
A little spiked on top, a little longer in the back.
You definitely had the spike on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
So anyway, that's what I was trying to bring up. That's what he looks like during Family Ties.
Dang.
So, interesting side note on Family Ties. Michael J. Fox got the part because the original actor wasn't available.
Really?
Any guesses on who the original actor cast as Alex P. Keaton was?
I'm going to guess it's probably somebody that was already popular on another show. Or no?
I'd say probably movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Got me.
Ferris Bueller himself, Matthew Broderick.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Similar, right?
Yeah, very similar. Similar haircut, similar everything.
Yeah. So there was another thing with Michael J. Fox. The guy who ran NBC, Brandon Tartikoff, thought he was too short. And his famous comment was, nobody who looks like him will ever be on a lunchbox.
Wow.
So when Michael J. Fox made it big, he sent one of his lunchboxes to Brandon Tartikoff.
Good for him, man.
Yeah.
That's a one-sided comment. Jerk.
Yeah. And like after a couple episodes, the original intent of the show was this was going to focus on the parents, because it was like, you know, the parents were hippies from the 60s, and they were now dealing with the 80s and kids who were nothing like them.
Yeah.
But Michael J. Fox was such a hit on the show that the show became more focused on him.
He was the reason why I watched it.
Yeah. And I believe they said like a third of the country watched Family Ties every week. It was pretty popular.
Damn. Kind of like people watching our show.
That's not what I was going to say.
Excellent.
So Family Ties was part of that NBC Thursday night lineup. Mm-hmm. You remember that, right?
Family Ties. You'd have to refresh my memory.
Okay, so you don't remember it at all.
Not at all.
You only remember the name of the show that we're talking about.
Family Ties.
A little show called Cosby?
Oh, yes.
Maybe a little Cheers?
Love Cheers. Melly Mel's loves Cheers, too.
Does she? Is that number one on her sitcom madness?
It's number one on her sitcom madness list.
Yeah, beats The Office? Mm-hmm. No.
Man, we still make weird eye contact over that show, that episode we did.
Yeah, she'll never let that go.
Nope. Mm-mm.
No. She might call in right now, in fact.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Keep your
wearing the
eye-
hat for you today. That was a great show. I remember our family sit down and actually watch that show together when we used to have, well, mother-imposed family night.
It was pretty much every night, right?
Yeah. Yep. You will watch TV.
Well, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. It was fun though. I remember all those times, sitting down with the brothers and the sister and the parents watching TV on a family night, no one up in their rooms watching a different, playing on their cell phone because there were no cell phones.
True.
We used to wait every week to watch the next episode. No streaming.
And Family Ties, we've talked a little bit about them before because, Family Ties, you talk TV, you got to talk Family Ties.
Mm-hmm.
They did a lot of special episodes, a lot of real life.
Oh, yeah.
I remember, I think Michael J. Fox won like 3 Emmy Awards for Family Ties.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one episode where like a friend of his died in a car crash, and it was all about dealing with that. Some very heavy subject matter.
There was one on like anorexia or something too, I believe.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alcohol, depression, suicide, you
yeah.
name it. And then you had their next door neighbor, Skippy, for comedy.
Yes.
When everything's got a little too serious, in would walk Skippy.
Yep. It was such a good show, though. It was like a good, wholesome TV show.
Yeah.
No crazy special effects, no CSI, none of that. No Law and Order, nothing. Just a simple family show.
So it wasn't a cop show, is what you're saying.
Oh my God, thank God. There's way too many of those. Way too many of them.
Yeah. So the success of Family Ties, of course, leads to a movie career and Back to the Future.
Yeah, if you don't know what Back to the Future is, folks, you've been living under a rock. You should just stay there.
I love, just in case one of our fans is younger and maybe hasn't seen it, you've just told them to go straight to hell.
My God, if you're streaming anything as a younger generation, you should be streaming Back to the Future.
Yeah. Is it available for streaming?
I'm sure it has to be.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to check into that. It might be on Paramount Plus. So
I do have Paramount Plus now. I'll have to check it out.
you have it.
Yes, yeah. Don't get me started on this all these freaking streaming shows. My God, our freaking streaming bill's up to like $80 a month. It's more than cable.
Yeah. Well, you got to get them all.
By the time you're done buying them all, you're spending more money a month than you were on cable.
But you know what's going to happen is, I don't know if you saw the news this week. Already Netflix is losing billions of dollars and Peacock is losing billions of dollars. So it's just a matter of time before they all merge, and it's just, Amazon probably.
Amazon streaming.
There's one company that ain't going out of business.
Mm-hmm. They'll be calling it Amazon Prime Streaming.
Yeah.
With commercials. But if you're a Prime holder, when they raise the Prime membership, if you're the Prime super subscriber, no commercials. Ay.
Oh, so you're talking to this camera. I should probably use this camera shot.
Yeah. All this streaming crap. Oh, my God. But I will tell you, man, you go back and watch Back to the Future is like a movie I can remember where we all wanted to be that character.
Definitely.
It was great.
And you know what they say about Back to the Future, the script is one of the best scripts ever written because it had so much to do. Think about it. That the movie starts in the present day, 1985.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to establish all the locations, all the characters, so that when they go back in time to 1955, everything lines up and makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's done in such a flawless way. You don't even realize. Like a lot of movies, when they set stuff up, it's like really obvious. Like, oh, well, this gun is going to come into play later. You just know it.
Oh, yeah. They put the little spoiler, little teases out there.
But Back to the Future does all that in such a way you don't even realize that, the Twin Pines Mall is going to be the Single Pine Mall because the car drives over the one tree when he goes back in time. It's like so much going on. It's so well done.
And a lot of those, like the Twin Pine Mall sign thing, that's stuff that a lot of people watch the movie 10, 15 times and never caught it.
Oh, yeah. You see it on Twitter all the time. Someone's posting like, oh, today's the day I realized. Get a clue.
Yeah.
Come on.
Get with the program.
If you haven't seen the movie, you're living under a rock.
And a pretty heavy rock, too, by the way.
So, Back to the Future, what else did we say about it? One of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm. Great movie.
Yep. We haven't mentioned Christopher Lloyd is, of course, Doc Brown. Leah Thompson is his mother, seen in the scene.
Mm-hmm. Leah Thompson, also in Howard the Duck.
Yeah, all the hits.
All the hits. Well, there's a movie you'll never get your hour and 20 minutes of life back, but it's got an all-star cast. Anyway, yeah, Leah Thompson. Great actress.
So 1985 was Back to the Future, and it was also this movie.
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf.
Yes. I forgot. How did he get the powers to be the wolf? He got bit by something, right? Probably.
No.
No?
It's family.
That's right. I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah, you recall his father is also a wolf.
That's right. Yep.
Now, I was thinking about this, and before I get into my story, I just want to show your 2 Tim Hortons cups, and so you can explain to the viewers you're not double fisting coffee.
Oh no. So what I decided to do today is I want to open my palate up a little bit. So I decided to go hot chocolate with whipped cream, and then I will wash that down with a French vanilla Tim Hortons coffee, extra cream, extra sugar.
How's that going?
I'm telling you right now, the hot chocolate is spot on. It's
Yeah?
hot chocolate.
Oh, so they didn't mess up the simple recipe of hot chocolate.
Nope. I will tell you that the coffee could probably, I don't know.
Not strong enough for you?
You know, let's take a sample test before I critique it.
All right. Sounds good.
By far the crappiest coffee I've ever had.
Wow. One sip, you already know?
Extra cream and sugar. I don't understand what part of that nobody understands. And listen, I'm not going after a drive-through person right now because times are crazy.
Yep,
and they got a lot on their plate right now.
Yeah.
But when someone says extra cream and sugar, if you don't want to put the extra cream and sugar in there, just give it to me. I'll put it in myself.
Now, could you mix the hot chocolate with the coffee?
I probably could. So,
So
if there's a little bit
do?
Yeah, if there's some residue left in here, I'll probably dump it in the other cup.
All right. So just on a residue basis, not on a...
Yeah, there'll be enough crap left in the bottom of this cup that I'll be able to dump it in the other cup.
All right. So it's all going to work out.
Yeah, it'll work out in the end. But thank you. Shout out to Tim Hortons and the retail world for taking care of us morons that don't know how to act when we come to a drive-through line or in a restaurant. Thank you.
Was that yourself you included?
Yes,
in that? Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining the idea of a teen werewolf movie is being pitched at a Hollywood studio.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is like an allegory, if you will, for puberty and growing older. How do you show that change? There's a Classy Wolf logo, just in case.
Yep.
So you decide, well, werewolf and teens, that's like the perfect way to get that across. And then the studio executive says, what if he played basketball?
Or he says, so no one's getting murdered in this movie?
Yeah.
And it's a wolf? Sell that to me again.
How did you get to the conclusion that the best way to use a werewolf's powers, if you will, is to play basketball?
Yeah.
This is something that could only happen in the 80s.
Yeah, if you did that now, it'd be a direct to Netflix or...
Well, they have done it now. MTV did how many seasons of Teen Wolf?
Yes.
I don't think there's a single moment of basketball in the whole thing.
No.
It's like Twilight. In fact, I think that's all it is a ripoff of Twilight.
Twilight.
Where's the basketball?
Don't even get me started on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, my dear God. What happened?
And then I love that they did a sequel to Teen Wolf, and they said, all right, enough basketball. Let's move on to the most popular sport in the world, boxing. Boxing at the collegiate level, let alone. Because every college has a boxing team.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Yeah. They fired that guy that
All I got to
proposed that.
say is this. Listen to this.
Would I go out of my way and pay $15 to go see it in the movie theater? No. Absolutely not.
I don't know when you said that, but words were never true.
I never thought we'd ever hear that soundbite or have a place to use it.
Yeah, found a place pretty quick, didn't I?
Multiple sequels. That's the kicker. Like Teen Wolf should have been
Yeah.
left alone at one.
Well, I'm making fun of Teen Wolf, but I love it.
Yeah, it's a great, funny, a great movie.
Yeah. I love the basketball in it. I love the music. Great soundtrack. Songs you've never heard, but they're great in the movie.
Yeah.
We've talked about Chubb, the fat guy on the team, who also was famously the guy in Naked Gun who says, "It's Enrico Palazzo." What a career.
Man, that Naked Gun's not the same without that guy saying it, though.
And who better?
Yeah.
As he's saying the line, "It's Enrico Palazzo," everyone in the theater is going, "Hey, it's Chubb."
But you know what? I did not realize this, but Chubb is in the first Leprechaun movie,
Wow.
playing alongside Jennifer Aniston.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you seen that recently? Is that how you...
I saw it, and I was like, hey, it's Enrico Palazzo.
You mean it's the guy who says, "Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo."
But he is in Leprechaun.
Wow. So add that to his... Because I didn't mention he's also Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
So
he's
what
not a cameo in Leprechaun either. He's in it for the entire movie.
All right.
He's
Now
one of the
I
main
want to see
characters.
it.
Yeah, he's one of the main characters.
Man.
Yeah.
Leprechaun. Unbelievable.
Not just another teen movie, folks.
It's a different movie.
It's a different movie. Leprechaun.
Yeah. So after Teen Wolf, he does his first dramatic role. Do you recognize the movie and the person he's with?
I do not.
That is him and Joan Jett. It's a movie called Light of Day. About a garage bar band called the Bar Busters. Seen here.
So this must be one of those Michael J. Fox movies I did not see. And I thought I saw them all.
Yeah. I don't remember this, so I'm going to say I probably didn't see it.
Huh.
So I read a lot about it, preparing for the show, because, research.
Yep.
Directed by Paul Schrader, who is the writer of Raging Bull and Taxi Driver, as well as director of several movies that are all, serious movies. He consulted with Bruce Springsteen before this movie was made to get, the right fit and feel of, what a bar band is like.
Wow.
And during that process, the movie was going to be called Born in the USA. Springsteen liked it so much, he used the title for a song he had written about a Vietnam vet, and that's how Born in the USA came about.
Born in the USA. That's a Springsteen song?
Yeah. So the title song in this movie, Light of Day, is written by Bruce Springsteen and sung by Joan Jett. What a combo.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I want to see this movie now.
Man, I'm going to have to check this out. I actually have not seen this movie. Or maybe I have and I don't remember it, but...
It's possible. It's also possible. It came out in 1987. We were 12 when it came out. Probably not going to be a movie that we would see. An adult movie about a bar band.
Well, our parents did let us watch things that were G-rated or PG-rated. So, yeah, that's probably... What was the rating on this movie?
I'm guessing it was R.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to see it.
Yeah. It's from the guy who did Taxi Driver, so...
My mom would have said, no nudity for you.
But that same year, a movie we definitely saw, Secret of My Success.
Freaking love this movie. And I bet you if Melly Mel's called into the show right now and hit the DVR button or hit the button for what's been DVR, this is actually in our list right now that's in there all the time.
This is on your DVR right now.
Yep.
Awesome.
Love this movie.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I've seen this. Maybe a dozen?
I've probably seen it 20, 30 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
So break it down for me. What do you like about it?
I love the fact that there's a drive. You know, obviously everybody wants to do better.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be the next big thing, the next Brock Lesnar. You know, how are you going to get there? And I like the fact that he's so, you know,
he starts in the mailroom.
Yeah, and he creates a character that's, you know, that's this big time executive that everybody wants to know who it is, and his ideas are phenomenal, and they're like, who is this guy? And
yeah,
it's him. It's the mailroom, and he's playing two characters through the whole movie.
And he's got so he's able to do this because he sees everyone's mail.
Yeah,
and he realizes what's going on. He comes up with ideas to improve stuff, creates this person, and then has to change clothes.
Yeah.
To be like in the suit on the 30th floor for a meeting, and then back down to the mailroom.
I love the guy. He's like the elevator guy. He's like, it's the 8th time today, or the 7th time today. It's like, yeah, that's a great movie. It's just one of those movies. It's like, I don't know, man. It's just, you know, it's one of those ones you start watching it, you'll watch it through the whole thing.
And then it's like his Uncle Howard is the guy who runs the company, and
he's also an a-hole. He's
Yeah.
cheating on his wife.
And then the wife is hitting on what she doesn't realize is his nephew, Michael J. Fox. And then Helen Slater is one of the other executives who he's in love with. So much going on. Great movie.
Yeah, it's definitely got a lot going on.
So after Secret of My Success, another dramatic movie, Bright Lights, Big City.
Yeah, he's got a drug problem in this movie.
Yes.
Specifically cocaine.
And it's with Kiefer Sutherland.
There you go.
Who plays a character named Tad. Total ladies. And Phoebe Cates.
Oh my God, Phoebe Cates is in this?
Yeah, Cates, yeah.
Wow. Forgot about her.
So this was a movie based on a novel. Had a ton of publicity. Like, this is going to be like this huge movie. Kind of was a bomb. Critics weren't too high on it. Didn't do so well at the box office.
Who are these critics anyway?
Oh, yeah. Siskel, Ebert, people like that.
Yeah. Just because their choice says they don't like the movie doesn't mean it's not going to relate to the other 300 million plus people that live on this globe or in the United States.
Well, you've raised an interesting topic because we live in the Twitterverse, the social media where everyone has an opinion.
Yeah.
And I kind of rather would listen to a film critic than a lot of the people.
Oh, yeah, yeah. As soon as somebody mentions Twitter and an opinion, I'm like, get it out.
So to answer your question, I think we need film critics because they have like some training or background in film. They understand stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not always going to be what you agree with. Like, I'm sure The Naked Gun got like 2 stars when it came out. And it's a 5-star to me.
It's 6 stars to me, if that. I mean,
6?
I give it a Meltzer 6 stars.
Holy cow.
Would I go out of my way and pay $15 to go see it in the movie theater?
Yeah, you would.
Yes. Hell, I'd pay $30 to see it in a movie theater.
Damn.
I'll even bring my own popcorn. Yeah.
So after that diatribe, another not-so-successful movie, Casualties of War.
I don't know how this isn't one of his more critically acclaimed movies. This movie is really, really good.
It's a really good movie, yes. Yeah. I think this is another movie that had so much pre-buzz and hype. Famous book, and the casting process was huge. Like, who were they going to get to play in this movie? And it's Sean Penn, who, you know, is very hot at the time. Michael J. Fox. You see in this next photo, that's a young John C. Reilly and a young John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
So this cast is like loaded. And I think the sensitive nature of the topic, which is basically Vietnam soldiers abusing the innocent people of Vietnam rather than...
Oh, it's a deep movie, man. It'll tug at you.
Yeah.
It will.
So I think this is a movie, if people look at it now, maybe it'll be looked at a lot better than it was at the time, because also at the time came out during a lot of Vietnam War movies. Platoon. Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket.
You had so many Vietnam movies. This one isn't like those because it's not. It's kind of anti-violence, It's more about the peace.
Platoon, Full Metal Jacket, two of my favorites, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you get a new surround sound movie. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You got a new surround sound system. You definitely want to play one of those two movies.
Yeah. And Apocalypse Now, another Vietnam movie from a little bit earlier, but you had this kind of tradition of Vietnam movies being a lot of action, a lot of violence, a lot of death, gore.
Yeah.
Casualties of war maybe should be looked at again.
Give it a shot, folks. I'm telling you, watch it. It's at least you get to see all the actors and stuff when they were younger. But I will tell you, man, there's a good story going on there. It's a deep story.
It is. And speaking of deep stories, bum, bum, bum.
Boom.
Back to the Future Part 2.
I love it.
This is a scene where they're in the future, and we see in the background of this photo, if you're watching, old Biff in the background about to steal
the almanac.
The sports almanac.
Yeah. The Doc's got the Bret Hart shades on.
Yes, he does.
Oh, it's great.
This is also the sequel where they made the cast changes, and Elizabeth Shue joined the movie as the girlfriend. And we also know that the father was replaced. Mm-hmm. Crispin Glover is a bit of a nut job, right? That's what you basically have to know.
Yeah.
Crispin Glover, awesome in the first movie. Mm-hmm. Stands up to Biff, becomes the hero, and then Crispin Glover is such a nut job they got to replace him.
I hate that laugh he does. Oh my god.
But he was so good.
Yes. Oh yeah, he was good. That laugh, it's crossed between choking and throwing up. I just have a hard time with it.
Listen, Biff.
It's such a oh man, what a great franchise.
Yeah. Now I think the second movie is the worst of the three to me.
So I gotta say the Wild West one.
You don't like?
I'm not a fan of that. I don't know why.
Okay, so
my my West one is probably your part 2.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I like the Wild West one, or I guess I'll go back to the second one. It's a lot of setup. You kind of have to watch 2 and 3 together because 2 is mostly setting up stuff that happens in 3, I think.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't know.
Man, Doc never ages.
This is a great photo.
Yeah.
If you're watching, Christopher Lloyd looks super happy to be doing a Western.
Yeah.
And then you get like ZZ Top in the Old West.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Doc's love story with Mary Steenburgen.
It's a great franchise.
Yeah.
Like if you're not part of that or you haven't watched it,
Living Under a Rock.
Living Under a Rock.
Come on, people.
I don't know what the hell your problem is. That's some good hot chocolate. Not gonna lie.
You guys still there?
Very chocolatey.
So after that, we've got The Hard Way.
Oh crap! Look who's in the back.
Yeah. So Michael J. Fox and James Woods.
Yep.
This is Michael J. Fox is, as you see in the photo, Nick Lang, a Hollywood star, who is being teamed up with a real cop to prepare for his next movie. And the cop is played by James Woods.
This is not a bad movie. I've seen this a few times. It's not a bad movie.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not bad, like you said. It's kind of a typical, like, Hollywood movie. I feel like you've seen this kind of story a million times.
A million times.
But, you know, Michael J. Fox is awesome. Mm-hmm. James Woods, Twitter didn't exist yet, so you didn't know what an a-hole he was, so it's all right.
Yeah, he doesn't do movies anymore, does he?
Not really.
Thank God.
His movies go straight to Fox Nation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He'll be coming out with the next one, My Pillow Topper. I'm here all week, folks.
All right, so after that is Doc Hollywood.
Love this movie.
Great movie.
Yep. It's a love story.
It is.
Did not know that until you actually watch it and you find out that, and plus Woody Harrelson's in it.
I almost feel like I wish Michael J. Fox and Woody Harrelson did like a movie together, like a buddy movie, like a buddy cop movie, something.
Yeah, they had good chemistry.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good movie. This is a really good movie. You know, has the iconic scene where she comes up out of the water. But no, it's a great movie. You know, it's about a pig.
Okay.
He does have a pig in this.
All right.
Yes, he's taken care of. But yeah, he wrecks his car. He, you know, comes to in a town where he's got to, you know, pay for his car to get fixed or whatever. It's gonna take a while for parts to come in or something.
Yeah.
Kind of like the supply chain issues we're facing today. So he's got to hang out in this town, and the town needs a doctor to help out. And
again, it's kind of a story
you've
seen before, but it's done well. So
very well written story.
Yeah, you can overlook like the idea that maybe you've seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the big city guy in the small town falls in love with the small town and the small town girl.
Yep.
But
Small town girl's fallen in love with a big city guy before. She's been hurt. Blah blah blah.
Yep.
Yeah. But good movie.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Now, next up is a movie called Life with Mikey. Do you remember Life with Mikey?
No.
He plays a former child star who's now grown up and is a agent for other kid actors. Before we get into like who else is in the movie, first there's some wrestling in the movie.
Really?
Yes. There's a scene, I forget the context, but there's a scene where they go to a wrestling show.
Okay.
So there is Michael J. Fox and Jeff Jarrett.
Oh my God, it's a young Jeff Jarrett too.
Yes, they filmed it for Memphis Wrestling. So Jeff Jarrett is seen in the movie wrestling, and then that's a personal photo Double J had taken with Michael J. Fox.
That's cool.
Yeah. So if you're gonna watch Life with Mikey, watch it to see Jeff Jarrett in his screen debut. Why not?
Why not? It's Double J.
And then you also get Life with Mikey, which has Nathan Lane. You see there the young actress who is being represented by the agents played by Lane and Fox. And we move on to the next movie, For Love or Money.
Huh.
You know this one?
Is that the one where he's creating the hotel?
Yes.
Yes. I like this one. He's like the, what do they call it? The
concierge
or something.
Concierge.
Yes.
So when this movie was released internationally, they called it The Concierge. But in America, it was For Love or Money.
This has the same kind of script along the lines of Secret of My Success, too.
I was going to say the same thing. It's very similar.
Very, very similar.
He plays a concierge who's been saving money and is trying to woo a millionaire to fund his idea for his own hotel.
Yep.
And then he's told by the millionaire, why don't you watch over my girlfriend for a few days?
And don't fall in love with her.
Yeah.
Which he does.
But as we look at her, you can see why.
Yeah. And then the businessman steals his idea or tries to steal his idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
It is.
Very, very similar to Secret of My Success.
It is very similar. All right. So that's a rundown of Michael J. Fox up to about 1996, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to come back and do more on him later because there's a lot more to talk about.
One show, one episode wouldn't do him justice.
Right.
You know, and we're all about fair.
And Melly Mel's isn't with us today.
No.
She's usually at every taping, right there by your side, being supportive.
Yep.
Never disagreeing.
Never, ever disappoints. Never, ever no shows an episode. It just,
Yeah. So this is a rarity that she's not here.
Yeah. I almost feel like part of me is lost without her.
Wow. You get brownie points? Is that what you're going for?
Oh, wait. Oh, no. It's just
Tear from a glass eye?
fake eye, folks.
So that's when we do part 2, we'll also bring her on and get her opinions because I do believe she is like a big Michael J. Fox fan.
Yeah, she watched the, what's that guy's name? Josh something or other that did the special show on the Discovery Channel. Where
the Back to the Future?
Yeah, the Back to the Future episode. She watched it right to the, her and her mom watched it right to the end. It was actually a pretty good show.
Okay.
You really should check that out sometime.
We talked about it once before.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it, but it's basically they're trying to
Recreate the car.
Recreate the car, the
Yeah.
DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And that Josh guy used to do a show where he chased after ghosts or something, right?
He's like an adventure guy, and they would just, like, yeah, he did some ghost shows, but he also did some other shows where it's more like...
Cryptozoology, like Bigfoot and Chupacabra.
Always exploring something, yeah.
By the way, that's where Mel's would be sitting if she was here.
Hey, Melly Mouse. Oh, wait, no.
No.
Sorry, folks, she's not there. No blues, no green screen here.
Nope. All right, so it's that time of the show we like to call Baloney Nation.
Yes.
You can call us, 585-484-1770. You can text us. You can leave a voicemail. You let us know what you think about the show or about anything in general. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Except politics and religion.
Oh, yeah.
We don't discuss that on this show.
No, we don't.
Nope.
All right. Question number 1. So, Deezy doesn't like fantasy movies because they aren't believable. In unrelated news, Jim loves The Terminator. This is from a viewer. So,
who wrote that crap? Come at me, bro.
What do you think?
All right, but Terminator's not a fantasy movie, like when it's in like somebody's waving a magic wand. It's more of like a robotic kind of movie.
All right, it's sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, you generally don't like sci-fi, though. I get what the viewer is saying.
I think the viewer is trying to split hairs here.
Okay. Yeah, you don't love Harry Potter. You don't love Lord of the Rings.
Nope.
You don't watch Game of Thrones.
No. Although I did watch the first episode, I think, of Game of Thrones, and maybe the last one.
Wait. You watched the first one and the last one?
I think the last one was to celebrate that I didn't have to hear anybody talk about it anymore.
Okay. But you didn't like it.
I'm not a dragons guy. I don't know what it is. Like, I watched a couple of the movies that had like Randy Quaid, and hey, play it for me, Sammy. That shit, we did a show on him. Sir, what's his name?
You're talking about Ian McKellen?
No. He was 007.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, yeah. Where he's a dragon. And I've watched that before, but I just could never get into the fact that there's a dragon involved. It's not real. Sorry, folks. Terminator, okay.
Well, talk about Terminator. Why do you like Terminator?
There's some believability with Terminator. Like, I see the robots taking it over. I can see it. It's coming. Every day you flip on Twitter, you see a new robot that's got emotions, and the face is making like, I'm going to take you over.
I will say there's a local bar in Rochester that just ran this news story that they now have a robot that serves you.
It's happening right in front of us. I don't see anybody flying around on brooms.
All right. So, are you preparing for the robot apocalypse?
Always.
Or
We all come on, folks.
Yeah?
It's coming.
you're ready?
I'm so ready. It's not funny.
You got the bunker?
We're working on the bunker.
Do you have a stash of weapons stored in a underground bunker in Mexico?
I'd have to ask our listeners. I mean, what weaponry would you need for that?
Oh,
Because
let's not
obviously,
ask our listeners about weaponry. That's a whole other can of worms. All right, moving on. We had a Facebook comment on our Tom Hanks episode that we didn't address. Money Pit is so underrated. It's so dope.
So obviously, this person is from the '80s because
Yeah.
they're dropping the word dope. Or dropping the dope, one or the other. But hey,
Well,
Money
usually
Pit,
we're being called dopes, so this is an improvement.
Money Pit, phenomenal movie.
Yeah. So I actually watched it recently,
Yeah.
and it holds up. I mean, the funny parts are really damn funny.
Yeah. And anybody that's ever bought a house can relate to this.
You do a lot of home repair.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
listen, that house that Mel's and I bought when we were living in Elmira Heights, that house was the Money Pit.
I think there was a sunk hole in
There
the
was a hole
backyard,
that I
right?
fell in the backyard. Yeah, down to my elbows. Could have died.
Funny though.
Yeah, but it was hilarious. 1 minute you're mowing the lawn, next minute you're like, whoop, gone.
Awesome. So you had a real life money pit.
Yeah, it was definitely a money pit. Well, we had to walk. We literally had to get away from that. That was bad.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, house was sinking in the middle. Oh yeah, it was bad.
So let's go to a YouTube comment on our zombie episode. You shoot very interesting. Such content may have more views. That's from Abbott Stone.
Who's Abbott Stone?
I don't know. Watch the show, though.
Hey, thank you for watching.
Yeah. Impressed by our shoot. Very interesting.
Yeah.
This might be spam. I can't tell. It sounds like a legit comment.
Was there a link to porn?
No, there was no link to porn.
Well, it's got to be legit then.
Hey, right.
Hey, thank you. We aim to shoot to please.
Yeah. I said from the very outset, if there's nothing else, let's shoot interesting.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's just do it. Shooting straight.
All right. What are we watching this week, Jim Deezy?
So I've been following this Netflix trend of, whatever they have in my most popular. What do they hit? The top 10 things on Netflix right now.
Right.
And they have this kind of like where all the kids in school. There's like a zombie apocalypse or something going on where somebody escapes in the school and like all the kids are dying. And after about the first big scene of everybody getting their faces bit off and their neck bit off and stuff, I actually had to turn it off.
What, do you remember the name of it? Or
Well, what I'm starting to pick up on a lot on Netflix is there's a lot of movies and stuff with subtitles now.
Yeah. Well, what Netflix is doing is they're importing shows from all over the world and acting like they're Netflix originals, but they're not really originals.
Yeah.
Like, there's a big show, Dark. If you watch that, it's a German show. Mm-hmm. You can watch it with the subtitles.
I have a hard time with subtitles because I don't see the greatest when it comes to reading. Because the TV's. That's why I bought a bigger TV.
I do want to say we have a lot of Facebook comments coming in right now. Mm-hmm. So special edition of Baloney Nation will address some of these. Melly Mel says, "Wait, Michael J. Fox? Finally!"
Huh. Well, let's go to Melly Mel's to see what her take is.
She agrees. I think. Lee Sperry's watching. He said the third Back to the Future sucks.
Thank you, Lee.
I mean, if Lee and Jim Deezy are agreeing on something, I'm right. He also said 2 and 3 were filmed together, which is a true fact that we didn't mention. They were filmed at the same time, and the movies came out a few months apart. That was something you don't see, like, ever.
Okay.
Melly Mel's also said, "Wow." Sure, that was a...
Let's go to Melly Mel's for comment.
Yeah, wow. I can see it.
Yep.
Lee Sperry mentions Dragonheart was the name of that Sean Connery movie.
Yes.
You were thinking of.
Yes, it
that
was.
With Dennis Quaid, not Randy Quaid.
Oh.
I just mentioned that because Randy Quaid. Come on.
Where is he anyway?
Nut job. Lee says time travel is believable. So,
All right,
again,
so I don't know, Lee. I don't know if you're helping my case at all here, but
I don't think so. You're agreeing with Lee Sperry on just about everything. Something's wrong here. The Melly Mells, there she is. She also says, I love Michael J. Fox.
yeah,
So there you go.
that's good.
Facebook is booming with comments right now.
See, folks, 585-484-1770. We're actually read your comments live on the air,
That's right.
like you're part of the show. Let's take it to Melly Mills. Oh, sorry.
That might be the best bit we've ever done. And unfortunately, she'll be here next week, so this won't work.
Let's take it to Melly Mills for comment.
You probably wish you could do this at home sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Having a disagreement and just, well, what do you think? Okay.
Oh, great.
Wow. There was another comment I skipped over, but it says you might have a hot cocoa problem.
Yeah, I do. It's empty.
Oh, it's empty. Did you dump the reserves?
No, I already drank half the coffee, too. So,
Wow.
man, time flies.
You're not kidding around.
Man, I don't know what's more concerning right now. Is it Lee and I are in agreement, or let me ask Melly Mills.
I think you're in agreement with everyone right now.
Yeah.
Except for me and Logic, but you're close. All right, so let's wrap this up.
Yep.
But as a reminder, we are on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube Live.
Mm-hmm.
And you can listen to the podcast anytime at Buzzsprout or your favorite sites like iTunes and Google and Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to dominate the world anyway. Why not listen to us there?
It's only a matter of time, folks. There's only going to be 3 places. Amazon, Apple,
Walmart.
and Walmart.
All right. So, final comments?
I'm just happy to be living.
And I can't wait to see what you walk into when you get home today.
Yeah. Melly Mills, how do you feel about today's show?
She said, and wow, again.
Love you, Melly Mills.
All right. For Jim Deezy, who takes it easy,
Yep.
we'll see you next week.
Stay classy, folks.
Would I go out of my way and pay $15 to go see it in a movie theater? No. Absolutely not.
My new favorite soundbite. See you later.
Welcome to Talkin Baloney.
Calvin Cocoa Pop.
Oh, gosh.